And earlier in the week, Vice President J.D. Vance told the International Religious Freedom Summit that USAID was funding the spread of atheism.
In recent years, too often has our nation's international engagement on religious liberty issues been corrupted and distorted to the point of absurdity. Think about this. How did America get to the point where we're sending hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars abroad to NGOs that are dedicated to spreading atheism all over the globe? That is not what leadership on protecting the rights of the faithful looks like. And it ends with this administration.
Well, Mr. Vance didn't explain which NGOs he had in mind, but in recent years, the NGO which has enjoyed the highest level of USAID funding has been the American Catholic Church's development arm, Catholic Relief Services. We're joined now by Alistair Dutton, who is the Secretary-General of Caritas Internationalis, the umbrella body for Catholic aid and development agencies. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Do you recognise that description of what you get up to?
No, categorically not. Absolutely, there is. I don't even understand what the accusation refers to. You know, the work of Caritas worldwide is feeding the hungry, giving water to the thirsty, clothing the naked and shelter to the stranger. So it's deeply biblical work. We take our inspiration from our Catholic faith. And I'm talking to you this morning from Ouagadougou, where I'm in the compound of the Bishops' Conference. We are integrally part of the Catholic Church. I've just spent the week with 9 members from the Sahel region who are all part of their Bishops' Conference, just as Catholic Relief Services has a very close relationship with it.
All right. You're in Ouagadougou. Tell me what impact the aid freeze is having there.
Oh, it's immediate, and food is no longer able to be delivered. There are ships which are arriving in port that people are unable to unload. They're no longer able to pay for the warehouses or the trucking. So our ability just simply to feed people has dropped. And although there have been semi-waivers and things held up in the courts, the chaos that this is creating has meant that thousands of jobs have already been dismissed.
Okay.
And so the aid agencies themselves can no longer function.
Can I put to you a quote from J.D. Vance, who is a Catholic, as you know? He told Fox News, "It's an old-school, very Christian concept. You love your family, then you love your neighbour, and then you love your community, and then you love your fellow citizens in your own country, and then after that, you can focus and prioritise the rest of the world." What do you make of that as theology?
Well, I don't know where he's learnt his theology. I mean, Jesus' words himself, when he boils it down, he says there are the two most important laws are, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul, and you will love your neighbour as yourself. And he then, when he's immediately asked, so who is my neighbour? And he tells the story of the Good Samaritan, where the Good Samaritan is a complete stranger. The Samaritans at that time were a people who the Jews hated, who wanted nothing to do with. It's about loving the stranger.
With that thought, Alistair Dutton, we must leave it, because on the line now